The BAFTA Fellowship is awarded to Jon Snow.
Thank you very much. The first time I ever saw a television was during the coronation. We didn't have one ourselves. Very few people did have a television, but there was one person in the village had one, and we were allowed to go and watch the coronation on it. We entered his living room, and there was this huge walnut cabinet with a tiny window in it. And in the little window, there were occasionally signs of a white hand, or a wheel of a chariot, or in sometimes a gun or a busby. But it was very difficult to tell what was going on because it was snowing, even though it was June. It was a very, very indistinct picture. And as I and my brother sat on the sofa, my father passed behind and said, "Television? It'll never catch on." Well, the little window, I never dreamt that I would look out of it myself. But I began to, and the window got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it began to reach greater and greater numbers of platforms and inform cyberspace about content. We thought television news would die, but it hasn't. And what I never dreamt was that through that little window, the ever-enlarging window, I would ever reach a point when BAFTA would give me a fellowship. I mean, it's unimaginable. I am a hack, and very proud to be a hack, but that's all I am. We've seen such talent pass before us tonight, and all I am is a hack. But I'm very proud to work in this industry. And I want to thank BAFTA very warmly and very deeply for giving me this enormous honour. I mean, it'll strengthen my hand no end. I mean... Don't you say that to me, mate. You know, I got a BAFTA, you know, the other day, and they're pretty important, you know. I mean, you wouldn't say that to anyone without a BAFTA. No, I'm generally chuffed, and I want to thank my family, my children, Layla and Freya, their mother. I want to thank my cousin Peter Snow, who taught me all I know, and I want to thank his son Dan for being born. Because every time I go anywhere, people say, "Your son, isn't he marvellous?" and just as I begin to say, "No, actually, he's my first cousin once removed," I begin to see that I've kind of lost the attention of the individual. So now I just say, I'm very proud of him. But I want to thank the people I work with. I want to thank Dorothy Byrne, who has been my ultimate Channel 4 boss for longer than I can remember. We are as nothing as individual television journalists without the team we work with. I didn't think I and Coronation Street would forge a bond tonight, but we have. We're both team operations. And I am totally dependent on my cameraman and woman, my editors. We are nothing without them. It is a team effort, and Channel 4 News has a glorious team, led by my editor, Ben DePere. I want to thank to a special person in my life, my wife, Precious Lunga, and she's kept me straight and got me rolling along. What I would say is this, that we are living in the golden age of journalism. This is the best and finest time ever to be a journalist. You can speak truth to power because you can prove it, as never before. We have access to information, we have access to transmission, and we, on Channel 4, have access to something else. Because I'm going to thank one other person tonight, probably the most unexpected person you've ever heard me thank in public, Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher was on deck for the formation of Channel 4. And Channel 4 is a very remarkable and different, as you've seen tonight, I mean, gosh, cascades of BAFTAs. And now we have one for Channel 4 News. because that's who it's for. It's not for me, it's for the team I work with. And I want to thank you all very much indeed. You at home who watch, and you here, and BAFTA especially. Thank you very much indeed.